folks? It's your boy, man. We're gonna do a little something different today, man. We are going to do a review from Hollywood Studios. I know it's a little different, but this is all being shot on this device, and I'm gonna do this entire review. So the microphone quality, all of that, I'm gonna do that from this device. So yeah, let's get at it, man. Disney Hollywood Studios and the Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 6. Let's do it. Right now I'm actually using the camcorder mode on the Z Flip, and at first I didn't really like this feature, but the more that I've started to using it, the more I actually like it. It's super convenient. You don't have to hold your phone all awkwardly. So I'm back. We're rocking the flip camera again, the front facing camera. I'm walking so you can get a feel for the stabilization. So from what I'm looking at, looks actually pretty good. So I can't complain about this device at all. What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna pan around at some of the Star Wars stuff that they got going on here. So yeah, we back. Now I'm gonna venture over to where all the other Star Wars crap is, and we're gonna get into the specs on this thing. Hopefully the audio quality sounds pretty decent on this thing. I don't want to use my external mic because I want to see just how good the call quality, the video quality and the audio mics isolate noise and whatnot. So we'll see. Sorry, I had to take a short detour. Every time I come here, this statue just kills me. Alright, so while we at my favorite spot here, you can see the Millennium Falcon right there. Let's talk about battery life. So I would say that I wouldn't expect a lot out of the battery on this device. I just wasn't. But surprisingly, it'll get me through a day. Now, mind you, I drive an hour to work, so that's 2 hours a day round trip. And Android Auto can be very taxing on the battery on this device. With the 4,000 milliamp battery in this device, I mean, you can't really go wrong with that. So I think it's serviceable at best, but coming from the OnePlus 12, where that thing would last all day and then some, yeah, I venture to say that the battery life on here is serviceable, but it is weird to get accustomed to all day battery plus some on the OnePlus 12, and coming to this where I'm barely squeaking out a whole day because I am a so-called power user. So yeah, I would say it's serviceable. Now I didn't have the Flip 5 or the Flip 4. I had 1, 2, and 3. So yeah. So if you have the 5, I'm pretty sure it's serviceable at that point. But again, I've had this phone for 2 weeks, 3 weeks now, and it serves its purpose when it comes to battery life. So I ain't got no complaints in that department. So another, I guess, bonus for this phone this year, man, is Samsung actually made this thing IP48 rated, so it can go for a swim, man. You see it in a couple of the commercials that it actually fully submerging this joint in water. Now, it's a tricky thing when you talk about the dust resistant, because it's creases and a foldable screen, so it's improved on the the dust side of the game. The water side of the game worked good, but it's very improved on the dust side of the game when you talk about dust resistance and things not getting inside the crack of the phone or it's under the screen. But you do have to tread lightly when you talk about dust, because it don't matter how good your seal is. We all know dust gonna get in where dust get in. So that's another added feature that we got this year. Should we really get into the processor? Alright, fine, we'll get into the processor. It's a Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 processor. And this variant I got 512 in this device. So plenty of space. I mean, I got it on the deal, so yeah. Nothing special, typical Samsung processor. So we got the Gen 3 this year. So if you want to do some gaming on this thing, it can definitely handle it, but I don't think a lot of people buying this phone to per se game on. But if you did want to do some casual gaming or maybe even some more intense games like Call of Duty or whatever else everybody else playing right now. I don't really get into mobile games like that, but if you wanted to get into that, you can definitely do that with this device. Haven't experienced any stuttering, any jutters. Well, okay, maybe one time I did have some jutters, but that was on me. I had too much stuff in the cache, so I basically just did the optimizer and rebooted the phone, and I haven't had any issues since then. But again, I'm a power user, so I do crazy things with these devices, and most people don't do that, so you shouldn't experience any lagging, stutters or anything like that while you're actually using this device. Let's get into the camera quality. Gonna take some photos on this joint, and we're actually gonna see what they turn out to look like. Because I'm coming from the OnePlus 12 with that camera, and I didn't have any issues with that camera at all. But now that I have this joint, it's a Samsung, it's comparable to the S24 camera, but I at least wanted to put it to the test and see what we got. So we'll take a look at these stills here at Disney Hollywood Studios. So I've been recording at 4K on this thing since I got here, and yeah, rocking it without a case. I can tell you that off the top that this thing gets super hot, but that's to be expected from any phone. Plus, I'm rocking it outside in this sunny Florida weather, and yeah, I expect the phone to really get hot at that point. But most people don't really notice it because they have a case on their phone. And this time I'm not rocking a case because I just wanted to get a feel. I actually love the feel of this phone without a case. I never rock a phone without a case, but not because I'm clumsy, it's just because it's always so slippery. But for the most part with this one, I think I rock it without a case just for that reason. And we got more stormtroopers coming. And they out here recruiting people to be stormtroopers, so yeah, go figure. Now let's get into the reasons why someone would actually want one of these phones. Convenience, form factor, and if you're someone that's like a loner and you like to go places and get the perfect videos and the perfect shots without asking somebody for help, this phone is definitely that phone, because the possibilities are endless when it comes to props. The hinge is actually tight, so you can get various angles And that's one thing that I do really like above the Razer for 2024. I had that phone. I reviewed the phone. It was a great phone, but the hinges were loose, to say the least. Now, it was a lot easier to open that device just because of that point, but to get crazy angles and all kinds of videos on photos on that phone was kind of tough. Albeit the front screen on that phone was a hell of a lot better than this one. That one actually came in at 120 hertz POLED, and this one is a 60 hertz something. Is it serviceable though? Hell yeah, it's serviceable. It serves a point, and that actually cuts down on the battery usage also. So that's another reason why I think people will actually like this phone, because of the form factor. And for me, on these hot Florida summer days, it's 80, 90 degrees right now. It's tough. It is 100% tough. But having a phone like this where I can just slide it in my shorts and then not be sticking out loud and risking about to fall out, I think it's worth the price of admission. Now, as you can see, in bright, sunny Florida conditions outside where everything is baking, I say with the 2600 peak nit brightness on this thing is a little lacking. It could be a little hard to see sometimes, but again, it's serviceable. For the outer display, it's serviceable as well. So yeah, not really a lot of complaints in that department either, because you know what you're getting when you come to a device like this. It's a lot of compromise, a lot of sacrifice because of the form factor that you're getting in this thing. So yeah, you got to take it for what it's worth, man. And yeah, is it worth the price? Not really, but I didn't really pay full price for it either, so I ain't tripping. But of course, Samsung runs thousands of promotions all the time on these devices. But needless to say that it is lacking. I would have liked to see it to been bumped up to maybe 3,000 nits of peak brightness when outdoors. But you know, that's just nitpicking actually. So as far as the peak brightness goes, we're gonna give it a serviceable on that one too. So all right, let's take a short break. I'm recording this actually on the DJI Pocket 3 because I wanted to actually, give some perspective on this device. Um, that joint get hot, bro. I'm gonna just be 100% honest with you. It get hot, and I forgot I had my shades in my backpack. I'm rolling around here frying my retinas in this blistering sunlight, but it's all good. But let's talk about the AI features, man. I don't really comment per se on the AI features because I'm really not one for using the AI features. Now, they are cool, don't get me wrong, and it gets into that weird territory of altering photos to make it a reality when it's really not. Now, where I have the issue is where people go to adding things into photos that just weren't really there. I guess we're making up our own reality. Again, I'm not here to debate that part, but it's yeah, it's one of those things where in a sense, some of the features when you talk about the AI functions, it kind of makes it seems gimmicky to me. And that's with Google, that's with whatever Apple's coming out with, whatever all these devices are coming out with. It's even made its way over to the computers now, especially with the Snapdragon X Elite or X Pro processors on these Windows ARM computers. It's made its way over there too. So it's here to stay, but it just it ain't one of those things that I just really want to like get into, because I mean I do use some of them, but at the same time it does give a sense of we not really living in a reality, so to speak. So I don't know, these AI features or whatever. That's when it comes to the photo part. Now, when it comes to the actual things that actually help you, I'm all for it. I've used AI on quite a different things when it comes to email, school papers, um, as far as the research part anyway. But again, you get what you put into it. So you just can't ask the AI, large language models, to do your work for you. No, because you get garbage in, garbage out. But that's a topic for a whole nother video. But yeah, I do use it. But when it comes to photos, I'm just not really one for adding different scenes in the background. Now, the Magic Eraser, that's a little different. I got some little snot-nosed kid in the back of me when I got this fire-ass picture
And yeah, no, you got to go, buddy. Again, that's not reality either, right? Again, that's why I don't really want to get into it because it kind of makes it sound hypocritical in a sense. But I don't know, bro. I'm in this reality right here. So really, there's an on-call at base tonight. Don't miss it. Yes, sir. Fall in. All right, so let's finish this thing off, man. It's been cool, but it's hot out here, bro. So let's finish this thing off. Is this the phone for you? I don't know. Hell, that's for you to figure out. But what I would tell you, and it is at its peak right now when it comes to foldables. Yes, the Razer does offer a couple more things, but on the other end, Samsung has this phone has matured. This is the sixth version of this device. With the Razer, I think it's the third device in the Razer line. The Razer still got a little bit more growing up to do as far as design because it's hard to hold. It's slippery, but we not here to bash the Razer. We talking about this thing right here. Do I recommend this phone for everybody? Nah, I do recommend it for the people who do want to escape the rat race when it comes to these slab devices. When you feel like you have a brick in your pocket, the design language with the flat edges, typical Samsung fashion. Now the Google Pixel fashion, which we know we all borrowed it from Apple. I ain't mad at it. It's just one of those things. The device is mature. Design language speaks volumes, and this design language with this the curved edges, the flat bezels, the aluminum rails on this thing makes this thing an absolute win for me. Um, all the other features with the outer display with the gestures. Yeah, all right. A lot of YouTubers are complaining about the outer screen, saying that, oh, it takes a couple extra steps in order for you to be able to use your apps. And to that, I say, why are we complaining, bro? This device does what it does. You install Good Lock, you hit two options, and you in there with your apps running on the outer screen. Does it make a big difference? Yes, it does. Is it for ease of use? Absolutely. So again, I like it. I'll give it a super solid on this end from your boy. But that's for you to decide. But I'm telling you, once you get this thing in your hands and you start using it for what it was intended to use it for, I think you'll fall in love with it. It's your boy Money Matt, bro. I would say I'm here from the set because I'm not. I'm here at Hollywood Studios, and I wanted to give you guys a real world take on the Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 6 out in the wild. Because sometimes sitting behind the rat race at the house, man, in the office, just, yeah, no. We had to get out and do something different. So let me know what you guys think down in the comment section. Should I continue doing this series like this, or would you rather just the standard talking head videos and not give you guys real world functionality, performance views from the device? Because I got that Pixel Pro 9 XL coming real soon, so we're gonna get that in and get it testing. So let me know down in the comment section, man. Again, I'm your boy Money Matt. Be sure to hit that like and subscribe button on the way out, as I am out. Peace.